Hi, this is John Linneball from John Linneball Tutoring, and this is Medical Words Part 2. Little disclaimer, nothing in this video is medical advice. I am not licensed to practice medicine. If you have a medical problem, see a medical doctor or other qualified medical practitioner. Also, nothing in this video is legal advice. I am not your attorney. If you have a legal problem, see a lawyer in the jurisdiction relevant to your problem. If you believe I have used something to which you own the copyright, please contact me. It is my belief that all the sources I have used are original content I created, public domain, or sources which I have the right to use, for example, under the fair use doctrine or other exceptions to copyright law. Shocking death words and phrases. Anaphylactic shock. That's death from an allergic reaction such as to a bee sting. Electrocution is, of course, being shocked to death by electricity, as we see with this poor unfortunate man in the sign being zapped by electricity. And hypovolemic shock is shock from loss of blood. It's defined as more than 20% of your blood, so more than a fifth of your blood. That can cause death. Hypo means low, vol, think volume. Okay. Breath or death. Suffocation is being unable to breathe. Asphyxiation is the same as suffocation. An asphyxiant would be something that can cause asphyxiation. So even something as innocuous, generally harmless as nitrogen can be an asphyxiant if it drives out all the air in a room and then you die because you can't get oxygen. Also, toxic gases, same problem. You can be asphyxiated by a lot of different things. More breath or death. Pneumonia. Pneumonia is fluid in the lung. A pneumon is a lung, according to Google's definition. Pneumatic means filled with air. Most car, bike, motorcycle tires are pneumatic. They're filled with air, although some are solid. Pneu, P-N-E-U, is French for tire. And double pneumonia would be fluid in both lungs. We can see here's this poor unfortunate man who has some fluid in the bottom of his lung. If he had it in both lungs, it'd be double pneumonia. Bronchitis is when the bronchial tubes are inflamed. A throat infection is pharyngitis. Laryngitis is down here. That's why it makes it hard to speak, because it's your voice box that's inflamed. Sinusitis is when your sinuses are inflamed. Ear infection, it's in your ear. Then, of course, tonsillitis, if you still have your tonsils. When those become inflamed, that's tonsillitis. And as that old song goes, I've got the rockin' pneumonia and the boogie woogie flu. All right. Even more breath or death. Apnea is when you're not breathing. Sleep apnea, so A means not and P means breathing or full of air. The pneumon is the lung. So sleep apnea is when the airway is temporarily blocked during sleep, causing breathing to stop temporarily. So what a lot of people use who suffer from sleep apnea is what's called a CPAP, continuous positive airway pressure, and this thing just kind of pushes air down through your nose and throat, mouth, whatever, depending on the kind of mask you have. And that will keep your airway nice and open and make it easy for you to breathe because air is being forced down your throat to keep your airway open so it doesn't stop. Because when your airway collapses during your sleep, your body basically detects that you need more air because your carbon dioxide levels are going up, and so it will wake you out of sleep, so your sleep is nowhere near as restful as if you're continuously breathing while you sleep. Thus, the CPAP machine is a good solution for sleep apnea. Anoxia means no oxygen in the blood. An means not. Ox refers to oxygen. Hypoxia is low oxygen in the blood. Hypo means low. Again, ox refers to oxygen. Poison gives me the blues and takes my breath away. Well, one thing that happens when you are suffering from the first word here, cyanosis, is you turn blue from lack of oxygen. So you might get nice blue nails, kind of like this, but without the actual nail polish that they're showing here. It's just your lips, your nails, things like that will start to turn blue because you are not getting nice red oxygenated blood, so you start to turn blue. Cyanide is an ion that poisons people by chemically blocking respiration, makes you unable to breathe. So a chemical group that is the cyanide group is CN. It's a carbon triple bonded to a nitrogen with the whole group bonded to something else, as in hydrogen cyanide, also known as prussic acid. I'll try that again. Prussic acid. Prussic acid. Boy, that's hard to say. It's a very toxic compound that's also flammable and boils at slightly above room temperature. That's kind of scary. It can catch fire and it can chemically stop your breathing, so that's not good. That's cyanide. It'll choke you and it'll burn you. Okay, well, it'll burn and then you'll get burned. Okay, see also nerve gas. Nerve gas is named for many different compounds that interfere with the function of neurotransmitters, making it impossible for muscles to function, including the muscles involved in respiration. So you'll feel that you can't breathe because you literally can't breathe. Your breathing muscles are paralyzed. Neurotoxins, of course, are poisons that interfere with the nervous system, so they interfere with the transmission of nerve messages from the axons and dendrites and things like that. Baby blue or blue baby. Well, baby blue is a nice color for a baby, for a blanket and things like that. But a blue baby is not something you want. A blue baby is a baby who is cyanotic, blue, due usually to a heart malformation that prevents the baby's blood from being fully oxygenated. The bluish color reflects the deoxygenated state of the blood. Oxygenated blood is, of course, red. And sometimes the term blue baby is also applied to a child who is cyanotic due to a failure of the lungs to oxygenate the blood. Now, if you saw the movie or read the book Catch Me If You Can, the movie starred Leonardo DiCaprio. I know in the book, one of the things, this guy, he was a real guy, Frank Abagnale, he actually posed as a doctor, and he posed as a lot of different things with no credentials. He's an airline pilot, he was a doctor, didn't have any training. So he'd say, oh, well, ha ha ha, how funny. Trouble is when he was a doctor, some nurse came to him and said, oh my God, there's a blue baby in, such and such a room. And of course he didn't know what a blue baby meant, so he's just like, oh yeah, ha ha ha, there's a green baby in the room next to it. So luckily there was somebody there who understood what was going on, couldn't figure out why this doctor wasn't doing anything, didn't realize that Mr. Abagnale was not a real doctor, and came to the rescue. So that was definitely very fortunate for that blue baby. Here's some heady death words. Decapitation. Well, D means remove or undo, and cap means head. Capita is your head. So capital punishment is literally a punishment that's on your head. So the capital city is a head city in your country or whatever, your state. Hanged by the neck until you are dead. You might have seen that in some old movies or movies that represent old times. You are hereby sentenced to be hanged by the neck until you are dead. May God have mercy on your soul. Now, the reason that they say hanged by the neck until you are dead is one time there was a condemned prisoner who was sentenced to be hanged, and they hanged him, but the rope broke. So the prisoner fell to the ground and was basically okay, and so they were going to execute him again, but the prisoner successfully argued that, no, the sentence was that I was to be hanged. I was hanged. The fact that I lived is not my problem. I can't be subject to what they call double jeopardy, which means you can't be tried and punished twice for the same crime. So from then on, all execution orders added the phrase, until you are dead. And here we have such a certification that I hereby sentence that the sentence of death passed on by God Sink has been duly executed, and the said, whatever that name is, was accordingly hanged by the neck until he was dead, and at Lahore, so this must have been in Pakistan. In 1931, the body remained suspended for a full hour and was not taken down till life was ascertained by a medical officer to be extinct, and that no accident, error, or other misadventure occurred. And so here's the guillotine, one of the original ways to execute people by decapitation. So, did you find this video useful? If you did, please like it and subscribe to this channel. Neither action costs you anything. You'll be alerted about my new videos. Why do I care? It's simple. YouTube doesn't let me share any ad revenue unless I have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours. That's 240,000 minutes of view time in a year. While I have many people watching these, I don't have 4,000 hours of watch time, and I still don't have really anywhere near 1,000 subscribers. Last I checked, I had 651. So, for the same reasons, you are not only welcome, but encouraged to share links to this video, put it in playlists, etc. I'm always happy to read and respond to constructive criticism or suggestions for new videos. I reserve the right to delete comments from and block those who specialize in destructive criticism. Trolls, or things that are off topic, spammers and disturbed people. So you can contact me on my cell phone. It's 415-623-4251. You can email me at john@johnlinneball.com. You can mail me at 1859 Powell Street, number 109, San Francisco, California, 94133. And you can even call me on my office number at 415-986-7355. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.